retirement after clocking 65. The cabinet members spoke about her years of meritorious service to the state.
A meritorious service to the gateway state in the judicial arm of government takes the egghead to the retirement age of 65, and now she bows out. The outgoing Chief Judge of Ogun State, Mrs. Olatokunbo Olopade, is being hosted by the State Executive Council on her retirement, and it saw remarkable comments from the cabinet members.
The basic passion in administration of criminal justice reform is something that I've also learned from. Perhaps it was due to the lordship's background as an outstanding director of public prosecution in Ogun State. We will meet your lordship, but more importantly, we will hope that even though your lordship is retiring, you won't be tired. I consider myself quite privileged to have known her, to know you, and some of the legal issues that we discussed on. And I think she has been a tremendous asset and value to the state. I can only wish you many more years of service to this country and especially even to our dear state. And pray that God continue to bless you, to enrich you, and provide for you and your family as you take a bow after 40 years of military service. I wish you well, man.
According to many of the EXCO members, Mrs. Olopade will be greatly missed for her professionalism and dedication while in office.
I note that you have put in 30 years in public service. Out of the last 7 years in CJ, and the records show that we are living without blemish. I celebrate that.
The state governor Ibikunle Amosun also has fond memories of the outgoing chief judge.
There are several reasons why we should be grateful to God Almighty. We have the very first, and if you take it not just any other state, and I make great to say this, particularly in the legal profession. The state is set there. Indeed, we are the pinnacle of every other state. Everybody looks to us to say, oh, what are they doing in the state? So for you to be the very first man to be CJ, I think, again, you should be very appreciative to the very Almighty that you are so blessed.
Mrs. Olopade is grateful for the opportunity to serve the state as the first female chief judge.
Excellency, truly I have served the state of 30 years, almost 30 years, since July 3rd, 1978. And I have been on the High Court bench for 25 years, 7 of which I have been the chief judge and the head of the judicial arm of government in the state. I came on board just few months after Your Excellency became the head of the state. And I must say, when I came on board, I didn't know you before, but before I was sworn in, I had the privilege of meeting with you. And that first interaction in a good way made me know a lot about you. You are somebody who wants to know about a situation, about a place. And when I gave you all I knew, and when I came on board, I would say, and loudly and to the public, that you have never interfered in what I was doing on my job as a chief judge and as the head of that arm of government.
And with kind words from the State Executive Council, Mrs. Olatokunbo Olopade bows out after 7 years of meritorious service as the Chief Judge of Ogun State.
We congratulate Mrs. Olatokunbo Olopade on her retirement. Next is the commissioning of the Gateway plant of International Breweries PLC, Ogun State, a member of the AB InBev family. The Gateway plant is reportedly the largest in West Africa, owned by International Breweries PLC. At the commissioning, the Ogun State Governor, Ibikule Amuso, promised not to relent in making the state conducive for investors.
This is the official commissioning of the Gateway plant of International Breweries PLC, a subsidiary of AB InBev, said to be the largest in West Africa. They're makers of iconic local and global beverages including Trophy, Hero, Castle Light, Grand Malt and Better Malt. The company promises to work closely with local farmers and markets to see more growth on the African continent. They're also making a renewed commitment to job creation in Nigeria and reducing import costs by investing in the local supply.
The manufacturing sector of our economy is a key enabler for the creation and the promotion of our value chain and job creation. We are at the stage where our people want to see substantial change. We rely on the policies that will birth and support and bring about evident transformation.
And when it comes to emerging markets, Africa is key. Africa has a population of more than 1 billion people. It has the fastest population growth expected among all other regions over the next several decades. In addition, we're seeing good economic growth as a unique opportunity for overall growth to the ultimate benefit of communities. We believe that we will benefit from growth in the African continent for decades to come.
The special guest, Ogun State Governor Ibukule Amosun, is unambiguous about his administration's continued support for investors like International Breweries PLC through the provision of infrastructure and an enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
Let me assure the AB InBev Group, there could not have been a better destination for this plant other than here in Ogun State, the industrial hub of Nigeria. We are the industrial capital of Nigeria. So the question is, who is not here with us? So I don't know what kept AB InBev this long before even coming to Ogun State. Thank you all the same for coming. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, since inception of our administration, we have been unwaveringly committed not only to creating a safe and conducive environment for businesses to thrive, but also ensuring we provide key infrastructural facilities necessary for industrial and social growth. It is therefore not surprising that while the existing businesses continue to thrive and expand, more businesses are battling in our dear states to leverage on our comparative advantages in terms of abundant mineral and material resources, highly skilled manpower, conducive ambience, security, and liberal investment policies. Of course, our strategic location and access to the West African sub-region, to mention a few. To those occasions, therefore, is another symbolic statement of our administration's success story in the continued socio-economic development of our dear state.
The federal government is also asking other investors to emulate International Breweries PLC and other states to be like Ogun State, which is now the industrial capital of Nigeria.
This administration's change mantra remains the pledge we made to all Nigerians in the areas of securing the nation, fighting corruption, and diversifying the economy. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to charge you all to emulate the contributions of international breweries towards the development of Nigeria. They have provided job opportunities for our teeming population, provided essential social amenities to host communities and others, supported internal traders and our security agencies. They have directly impacted on these areas, and I want to, on behalf of the President, personally thank them for doing that. To the advancement of the Nigerian economy and to the good and cause of humanity. Thank you.
The economic, social, and cultural impact of this brewery on the surrounding communities, the state, and the country in general is expected to be substantial.
Nigeria has to improve its database system for any meaningful economic recovery to be achieved. Well, that's when we return. Do join us again.
Here again, reckless lorry, trailer, and tanker drivers driving without consideration for other road users. Don't you have value for human lives? Why waste precious lives through your overspeeding and reckless driving? Do you even check the condition of your vehicles, especially the brakes and tires, before setting out on your journey? All traffic agencies and personnel operating in Ogun State are more determined than ever before to ensure that our roads are free of unnecessary accidents and avoidable loss of life and crippling human conditions. Drivers of lorries, trailers, articulated vehicles, and other road users are hereby cautioned to desist from reckless driving and other sharp practices that could endanger human life on our roads. Do not take alcohol while you drive, and if you must drink, do not drive. Ensure that your containers are properly fixed onto the vehicle frames, thereby preventing avoidable deaths in transit. You are not the only one on the road, so show consideration for other road users. Let's rid Ogun of needless loss of lives and disabilities. Enough is enough. This message is from the Ogun State Ministry of Information.
You will notice that, yes, we are doing all of these things. We have a lot of things to do. But day in, day out, we've been told that what we lose on a monthly basis, minimum between 3 and 5 billion. To all of these unscrupulous people, they print their own receipt, they do all sorts. Indeed, they give us bad name. You will see that there are multiple taxation, multiple everything. You will move from one place, they will harass you the next place. No, we are state, we can't allow that to happen. I was telling them that we should and we will continue to sensitize our people so that they will know what we are doing is in their interest. We are not anti-people, no. Indeed, what we are doing now, they will get more money. Rather than some people that they will just see them on the road one day collecting money, they are not adding any value. No taxes, nothing, they collect, they run away. Now we collect the money into the purse of the government and they will get more money.
Welcome back. Nigeria has to improve its database system for any meaningful economic recovery to be achieved. The speakers were unanimous about this at the 17th Joint Planning Board and National Council on Development Planning in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. The host governor, Ibikole Amusu, also gave an assurance that his administration will continue to carry the citizens along in the decision-making process of governance for a sustainable economic recovery. Here's the report.
It's one thing for Nigeria to come out of recession, but getting back to a buoyant economy and sustaining that momentum is another thing. Achieving that is the reason for this gathering at the June 12 Cultural Center in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Economists, policymakers, captains of industries, and citizens are gathered here for the 17th Joint Planning Board and National Council on Development Planning.
The best course of action is usually the combination of a number of these.
Their goal is to fashion out the role of stakeholders in accelerating the implementation of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan.
This is a time for heroes. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. They are simply defined as those of distinguished courage and bravery that surmount odds. They are undeterred in the face of resistance or adversity. The beauty of heroism is that it is a pure meritocracy. Those of us in this room wear the badge that says we will take responsibility for the planning of economic growth and development in this country. If we are not prepared to wear the mantle honorably, ultimately, circumstances will force us to make way for those who are. The circumstances of this nation demands this, and whether we like it or not. So let us rise to the occasion.
The federal government believes that confidence will gradually return to the economy if all states in Nigeria emulate Governor Ibikole Amosun's striking infrastructure development and his efforts to stimulate private sector participation in developing the state's economy.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there is no doubt that the ERGP is yielding some positive results. Not only is Nigeria out of recession, the country is beginning to grow again, particularly in the non-oil sector. The latest NBS numbers, and I'm happy the NBS Assistant General is here, and the numbers that he just released a few days ago show that the non-oil sector, for the second quarter of this year, the non-oil sector grew at 2.05%. This is the highest growth since 2015 in the non-oil sector. And the non-oil sector is our focus, the focus of the ERGP. Other economic indices are also improving.
Governor Amosun also hints that for any socio-economic development to take place, the general populace must contribute positively towards the policy formulation and decision-making process.
The needed solution is not anywhere else but in us. We must therefore truly continue to think out of the box. At this point, permit me to share with you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the strides of our administration in the area of economic development. On assumption of office by our administration on May 29, 2011, we came with determination to re-engineer the social economic structure of our dear state with a blueprint to revamp the critical sectors of our economy under our mission to rebuild our dear state. The working document was further broken down and anchored on a 5 cardinal program: affordable and qualitative education for all school-age children in Ogun State, efficient healthcare delivery for all irrespective of age, gender, and status, increased agricultural production that will lead us to industrialization, affordable housing leading to urban renewal and rural and infrastructural developments that will lead to massive employment generations. This we have continued to faithfully execute 7.5 years down the line, and the successful implementation of our social economic development drive is based on a well-planned economic project. And it is, I believe, that for any meaningful social economic development to take place, the general populace must contribute positively towards the policy formulation and decision-making process.
On the sideline of this conference is an exhibition center for businesses to showcase their ventures. For some of them, being in business is the journey to self-actualization.
I used it as my research work from the University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and that was year 2000. But I didn't commercialize it until 2003 when I started, and I started with in PET bottles and in glass bottles. Then after some time, I started seeing so many challenges of people returning glass bottles back, and then started giving me problems. Some will they'll bring bottles that have candles in them before you wash and disinfect. So I now went back and started research again on how to put it in PET bottle, and we started that one in 2015. We tap. I also learned how to climb trees and tap my palm wine, because as a result of my research, I saw that the palm wine tappers were giving me adulterated palm wine. Either they would have mixed it with water, with sweetener, just for them to have large quantity. So I had to go and learn how to tap. Those were the years of my research work. I learned how to tap from Ogun in Osun State.
Now that this conference is over, citizens will be waiting to see how the recommendations from here are implemented to fully achieve Nigeria's economic recovery and growth plan for the benefit of the citizenry.
It's a good thing that Nigeria is out of recession and confidence is gradually returning to the system. And finally tonight, some state governments are really taking the green revolution in Nigeria seriously, and Ogun State is at the forefront with renewed commitment to transforming the agriculture sector to meet the needs of the masses and generate more income. Governor Ibukunle Amosun made this clear while hosting the Minister of State for Agriculture, Mr. Heineken Ikobere, who was in Abeokuta and other parts of Ogun State to commission some projects by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture.
Agriculture development has been a major alternative to Nigeria's economic mainstay. Ogun State is one of the states in Nigeria leading the green revolution. Perhaps this is why the federal government keeps the partnership door continually open to the state. This visit by the Minister of State for Agriculture to the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun is to further lubricate this partnership in the agri sector.
If agriculture succeeds in Ogun, agriculture has succeeded in Nigeria. And that is why we decided to embark on projects like the Odeda Farm Rehabilitation. And we also have a project for cocoa that we're planting. We also have rubber plantation. We also have rural roads that we're doing. Because if you produce, whatever agro products, and there's no easy access to evacuate the produce, it will always result in post-harvest losses, which accounts for billions and billions of dollars.
Governor Ibikunle Amosun is not hesitant to welcome with both hands the endless possibilities accruable to the state from agriculture. He believes that the era of total dependence on oil is over.
Let me say that initiatives like this will readily be supported by us. And I want to assure you that just like what you said, that we are using anyway now as the template that's replicating. And I'm sure that we have now in at least 2 other places that we are doing exactly what is happening in area. And I'm sure that before you leave, they will take you around to see what we are doing in all of those other areas, other senatorial districts. Just to key into President Mohammed Buhari's agenda and what he said, that we should eat what we grow and that we should grow what we will be eating. Clearly, this administration has demonstrated that the era of just our total dependence on oil is over in Nigeria.
From the governor's office, the deputy governor leads the Minister of State for Agriculture with his delegation on a tour of Eriwe Fish Farming Village in Odogbolu local government area of Ogun State, reputed to be the largest in the West African sub-region, producing over 2,000 tons of farmed fish, valued at over 1.2 billion naira annually. Some of the federal government-assisted agri projects are also commissioned and officially handed over to the state government.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
With joint efforts like this from the federal and Ogun State government, the agriculture sector may continue to serve as another gold mine in Nigeria.
In continuation of its effort to rebuild the state and to make it an investment destination of choice, the Ogun State government has introduced Ogun State Land Use and Amenities Charge to harmonize payment on properties such as tenement rate, television license, radio license, ground rent, and neighborhood watch into one single payment to prevent multiplicity of taxes being collected by the state, local governments, and local council development areas. Please note, only government authorized personnel in reflective jackets holding identity cards are allowed to distribute bills for payment at designated banks listed on the reverse side of the bill. With one single charge, just one easy payment will cover all property-related levies and taxes and enhance proper planning and infrastructural development. To ensure continued all-round development of Ogun State, we call for the cooperation of all property owners towards paying the Ogun State Land Use and Amenities Charge. This announcement is brought to you by the Ogun State Ministry of Finance.
And that's today's program. Thank you for watching. Please remember that our social media platforms are open so we can carry on the conversation. We have the addresses on your screen. I am Bisi Adebayo. See you next time.
Abeokuta, solid as the rock.
It's great, it's good, it's Newgate Hotel, a home away from home. Come and enjoy impeccable service in the world of hospitality from our reception point, restaurant and bar, corporate and event hall, power generator, accommodation and room service. There's guarantee for your money. We're located off Moshood Abiola Way, Olorumbo, Ijem Tutu, behind MKO Stadium, NNPC, Abeokuta, Ogun State. You can make bookings for any part of our facility ahead of time through telephone 0802 339 4610, 0803 378 7701, or 0813 111 8480. Our email address is newgatehotels@yahoo.com. Patronize us today. Newgate Hotel, satisfaction guaranteed.
Nigerians, the Presidential and National Assembly elections will be conducted on Saturday, February 16, 2019. In addition, the Governorship and State House of Assembly elections will be conducted on Saturday, March 2, 2019. Accreditation and voting will take place at the same time between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Card readers will be used for the accreditation of voters. At 2 p.m., voters still on the queue will be allowed to vote. Come with a permanent voter's card to the polling unit. Only persons with a permanent voter's card, PVCs, and whose names are on the voters register will be accredited and allowed to vote. Take advantage of the simple accreditation and voting procedure. Vote the candidate of your choice. It is from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC, making your votes count, consolidating our democracy.
Jasmine Hotels by Air Fusion. We are strategically located at Presidential Boulevard, Kuto, Abeokuta, the capital city of the state. Jasmine Hotels and Air Fusion. We give the best of hospitality. From point of reception to catering service, we lead others follow. Our rooms are designed for taste and affordability. Diplomatic double, diplomatic suite, deluxe room, deluxe suite, business suite, and royal suite are ready for take. Jasmine Hotels by Air Fusion. You can book our facility ahead of your arrival. Our telephone numbers are 0803 720 8713, 0814-888-7708, or 0903 503-7112. Our power generator sustains your phone. Jasmine Hotels by Air Fusion. Chilled, exotic drinks and palm wine are at your beck and call in our bar for your relaxation. Ample space for car park, seminar, conference, wedding ceremony, and other social events is available for comfort and safety. Jasmine Hotels by Air Fusion. We ease your stress with old school generation, 7:30 p.m. second Thursdays every month. Ain't nothing like it. Jasmine Hotels by Air Fusion. Experience ecstasy.
This is a clarion call to all Nigerians by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. On February 16, 2019, presidential and National Assembly elections will be conducted nationwide. Similarly, on March 2, 2019, governorship and state assembly elections will take place. INEC is committed to making the 2019 general elections the best we have ever had. Credible persons are being recruited and trained to handle polling units and collection centers at all levels. Our card readers have been upgraded and will be deployed to all polling units to prevent voter impersonation. We will involve technology in the conduct of elections to prevent fraud. Your votes will count. Join hands with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Let's make Nigeria proud. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC, making your votes count, consolidating our democracy. Micron International Suites. Micron International Suites is the latest hospitality business in Abeokuta, combining the use of electronic card keys with energy savers in each room for the comfort of our guests. The choice of our beddings takes adequate care for the young as well as the elderly in terms of comfort. The hotel has the largest water reservoir and a robust parking space that could accommodate up to 40 cars. No wonder we earned the name Newly Secondus in hospitality business in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Our facilities that are provided in the hotel for your comfort includes access to internet facility with your laptop, standard restaurant, DSTV, executive bar, ready bar for public use, laundry services, conference hall for up to 150 people, car hire services, and car wash. The hotel has various categories of apartments, ranging from standard rooms, deluxe rooms, executive deluxe rooms, micro suites, and presidential suites for families who want to be home away from home. Micron International Suites is located at number 1 Wale Ogunbowale Close off General Gazo Crescent, opposite Legislators Quarters, GRA Ibarra, Abeokuta, Ogun State. For contact and booking inquiries, 070-3593-0679, 070-6374-3939. Micron International Suites, luxury to pamper you.
Happy New Year to everyone!
Hello, children. NTA Abeokuta Zodiac Children's Birthday Party is here again. Come, let's celebrate. Our special guest of honor is our amiable governor, Senator Ibekunle Amosun, a father and a lover of children.
Happy birthday, that is all I can say. I wish you many happy returns.
Party date, Saturday, 26th January 2019. Time, 12 noon. Venue, NTA Abeokuta Urban Premises. Gate fee, 1,000 naira only. Lots and lots of fun awaits you. There'll be plenty to eat and multiple gifts to take home. The NTA Abeokuta Zodiac Children's Birthday Party. It's a show to remember. Be there.
I wish you many happy returns. Happy birthday.